particular group, okay, that you're coinciding with, right? And that's just the bottom line. So I'm going to continue to do some more of this. He says, and he said he doesn't want his members leading the way, but they will defend the protesters if needs be. His troops will not hesitate to act if President Clinton tries to disarm gun owners. He said, President Clinton is locked up, going to President Clinton, right? He's looking to take away the guns. So this is something that the militia groups here will have in mind. Okay? So if Clinton gets in office, then this is going to be all manner of hell amongst these devils, and they're gonna bug out. That's what's gonna happen amongst these so-called Europeans, man. These so-called white Americans, Edomites that they are. They're gonna bug out because when Hillary gets in there, okay, they're gonna storm against the bankers that put these presidents in office anyway. And then they're gonna go and then they're gonna think about Obama. They're gonna think about Obama. They're gonna think, man, we sick and tired of these minorities, man. We're gonna have to fight against them. That thought is gonna come in their mind, and then that's when 2nd Ezra 16 and 15 is gonna come into effect. That prophecy is gonna come into effect. Okay. What you got, brother? Oh yeah, matter of fact, brother, I'll tell you what, I'll do this. I'll continue about this. It says, I will be there to render assistance to my fellow countrymen and prevent them from being disarmed. And I will fight, and I will kill, and I will die in the process. You got certain people that will kill and die in the process. Okay, and you will have these particular type of people out there that's ready to go down if possible. That's willing to go down and fight against the government if possible. You got these type of groups out there. And then once that happens, you're gonna have the people, the American people, they're gonna get involved with that, and they're gonna be inspired by that. And that's where the real deal is. Okay, so it says, and I will fight and I will kill and I will die in the process, said Hill, who founded the militia several years ago. He's probably an Asian provocateur as well. And it says Trump candidacy has emboldened extremist groups to speak more openly about challenging the rule of law, said Brian Lenz, a researcher at the Southern Public Law Center. Prior to this campaign season, these ideas were relegated to the sort of the political fringe of an American political landscape, he said. Now these ideas are legitimized, okay? And that's just the bottom line from that. So we've been telling you people for the past, ever since going back to 69, going on almost 50 years ago now, right? It's coming down in effect now. Because we've been telling you people about martial law. We've been telling you people about concentration camps. We've been telling you people about the nuclear war, and now we're in the time of that. Go on, brother.
So I think Ezra 16 and 17.
And the thing about it, I want to say this as well. Don't get it twisted, because we're not no movement or some form of group. Okay, we are the prophets of the Lord, man. Okay. That's what we are. We're the prophets of the Lord. We're not no Muslim group or Islam, whatever matter. Okay, go on, brother.
Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?
Yeah, it says, woe is me, which is Ezra speaking, because he saw what he saw down in these times. So go on.
The beginning of sorrows and great mournings.
And the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, go on.
The beginning of famine and great death.
And the beginning of famines and great death. That's right. That's what Ezra saw amongst the people. He saw great famines. He saw people rise up against each other. He saw wars and all different sorts of dark times that we're going to encounter. And he got sick of that. Go on.
The beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear.
And the power shall stand in fear, meaning these higher-ups are going to stand in fear because they're going to see that their empire is falling apart and Yahweh Shai, they're going to second coming. As it states in, I believe it's Luke the 21st chapter. Okay? Okay, and you got these guys that's walking towards us, you know, I believe that they're soldiers. And, you know, at the end of the day, they believe that they're going to win this war or whatever. But the truth be told, and not to be disrespectful, that they're going to be a part of the earth. Okay? And I'm just being real, man. I'm just keeping it real. They're not going to come out of this war the way that they got. They're going to come back in a body bag suit. Or they might not come back at all. Okay, you got these soldiers walking up and down the street. And all that. Then so, but really the truth be told, they're going to fulfill Isaiah 34. You know, you ain't going to do that, man. I don't know where you're from. Where you from? Where you from, my man? Ireland, right? You're Irish. Okay, well, you might be one of those. Hey, there's a chance you might be one of us. But there's also a chance you might not be one of us. Okay? But if you're not one of us, according to the Bible, now, first and foremost, what this is all about, this is about the nation of Israel. Okay? And according to the Bible, whom the world called Jesus Christ, the Lord only died for his people only. Okay, according to the Bible. I'm not saying that according to my feelings or what I feel. According to the Bible, we're going to prove it to you. Hold that and give me Acts the chapter. By the way, I'm gonna ask you a silly question. Can you do the Irish? What is it? The Irish is a dance that they do. The Irish jig. If you can do that, then you might be one of us.
You can play with the music. I can do it.
You can do it, right?
But we're all brothers.
Well, not all brothers. Not all brothers, man. Hey, if you understand, my man, because you know about the Celts. You know about the Celts. Okay.
Yeah, I'll Celtic.
Well, did you know that the Celts are the black?
Yeah, we were oppressed. We know about it.
Okay.
We know well about it.
All right. And you also know about the Moors and stuff as well. You know about the Moors. And the reason why I'm going into that history is, like I said, the Moors now are Israelites. Okay, you got people like the son of Michael back in Egypt. So if that's the case, if you might be the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, you might be the chosen line, the chosen nation. Okay, but at the end of the day, I will say this as well. Okay, because this thing is not about color. Now, if your line goes back to Israel, then you can take part of the salvation. But let me just let them read this first. Acts 5 and 29. Before you go, my man, before you go, I want to do this thing. I got to make sure you understand that the Lord ain't dealing with every single nation. He's only dealing with the nation of Israel.
Acts 5 and 21. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men.
We ought to obey God rather than men. Go on.
The God of our fathers raised up Jesus, whom he slew and hung on the tree. Him hath God exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins.
That was his whole. That was who the world called Jesus. That was his only purpose. Was to give repentance to the lost tribe of Israel. Okay, but if you're a part of this, then you might take part in it. But if not, then you're going to go into captivity.
I was raised as a Catholic Christian. You know, my dad pulled me along to church.
What Irish are you?
Like your dad pulled you along to church.
Right. Whatever it is.
And you know, so I think, what goes goes. And I think as an individual, we have to have your own interpretation of what God is.
Well, really, okay, I'm gonna say, if you brothers, well, I see what you're saying, but there's a, because we had a discussion about this with another guy, another guy like yourself, and he was Irish too. But the thing is, there's a way that you follow the Lord. Now, if you want to please the Lord, if your spirit is Bible here, you're Israelite, the way you want to follow the Lord is the way He wants you to follow, which means follow the laws, etc. Go on. It's Proverbs 3 and 5. Yeah, 3 and 5.
I feel the scripture is very restrictive.
Yeah, but you gotta follow it. That's the only way you're gonna make it.
Yeah, but I know, man. We have to write our own.
Now you can't do that.
As our Proverbs 3 and 5, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding.
And that's what you gotta do. You gotta lean on. You gotta not lean onto your own understanding, and lean onto the understanding of the scriptures. Okay, because what's going to come down the line is great now for destruction. So if you're out there doing your own thing, okay, like the majority of our people want to do, okay, because you might be one of our people that just hard-headed and don't want to really follow the scriptures. And you're going to be destroyed.
I'm one of the people. I am one of the people who wants peace on the earth.
Well, you're going to get peace. There will be peace, but on this side of the town is going to be great distress and destruction. Okay, and then
I don't want to be this side of town, man.
Well, hey, the way you can survive it is by coming back to the law, if the spirit deems so. Okay, so what else?
I think we're reading off the same thing.
No, not at the moment, man. I can't shake on that, man. But I tell you what, we can shake on one.
Can I say God bless you?
All right, man. But at the end of the day, you gotta come back to this, my man. Okay. If not, I'll see you on the other side anyway, man. I'll see you on the other side. And then you're gonna think to yourself, damn, I should have listened to those guys, man. You know? But I ain't got nothing against that guy, man. You know, he came with respect for me, so I'm still respecting him. You know what I mean? Like, we don't always have to come up with a whole lot of whack and like lines, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta use wisdom. You're coming out here and keep going.
So 2 Timothy 3 and 16.
Keep going.
All scriptures is given by the inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness.
Yeah, and instruction in righteousness. Because you had this guy coming up talking about how they want to find their own interpretation, find their own understanding. You're not going to find your own understanding. It's the one. You know, so hey. There's a wrong way and there's a right way. There's a false way to walk in, and there's a true way to walk. Okay, there's no gray areas. Okay, there's no gray areas. There's a way where if you want to survive the holy Holocaust that's coming on this planet, you gotta get down with the order of Yahweh Shah. That's the only way. Now, if you want to be put to death and you want to die a horrible death, then you go do what you want to do. Go to clubs every other week. Okay, do your own thing. And then you'll be put to death. You'll see yourself bathing in that liquid fire. Doing left strokes, right strokes, back and front strokes in that liquid fire. If that's what you want. It says, over the past week, some prominent Trump supporters have hinted at violence if Trump loses. Check what this guy is saying, man. If Trump loses, I'm grabbing my musket. Former Illinois Representative Joe Walsh spoke on Twitter last week. But why would you write that on Twitter when the government can see what you write? That's showing you right there that these guys are agents, man. They're agent provocateurs. Okay, because if you're truly gonna do something like that, you're not gonna propagate that on Twitter or the government social media outlets. That's right. So it says, conservatives commentators Wayne fantasized about Clinton's death while speaking at the Trump rally in Las Vegas on Sunday. And as I was going into before, see what's gonna happen is when these different militia groups are established, formulated. Just have a nice day. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Okay? Just have a nice day. Now, like I was saying before, all of these different formulated groups or militia groups, okay, the government now, or I'll say the central bankers or the higher ups, they'll be able to say, look, this particular group and that particular group, according to Project Megiddo, is a terrorist group. And then if you're belonging to a group because of the ideologies that you share with that particular group, they'll be able to classify you if you're an enemy combatant or not. And that's what they're going to be able to do. Because what they don't want is a bunch of people walking around with their own ideology if they're going to establish a one-world system. And also, let's go all the way back to the Georgia Guidestones. They want to maintain humanity on the 500 million. All right, so, and also on top of that, hey, let's take it further way back, a couple of months back, about the Brexit situation. Now, the people that agreed with the Brexit situation, guess what? Those people over there are going to be classified as enemy international terrorists. Why? Because you have your own notion, your own ideology. Okay, so everything's already set up in clean plan to happen. So when the ball gets rolling, guess what? They'll know who to run. They'll know who to run gun into. Okay, because like I've been saying before, like I remember these two pieces came up, and they was coming from I forgot where they were coming from, but these two guys came up, and they was talking. They was telling us about how they was letting us know. They was telling us about if we believe if Britain is going to stay in the EU or not. So I said to the guys, I said, look, Britain is going to stay in the EU. And did you know, yet this very moment, Britain is still in the EU? A lot of you don't even know that. Because in order for Britain to actually be out of the EU, guess what? It has to be passed by the Congress, Article 50. So under Article 50, if Congress doesn't pass that, then it's not going to happen. And Congress hasn't yet passed it yet. Because it don't make no sense. If the higher-ups are going to establish a one-world order, why would they have Britain depart from the EU? That don't make no sense. Okay? So everything that you people vote for does not stand. What stands is what the higher-ups want. That's in higher positions. Same thing that goes on with the voting system. Okay, you want to vote for Trump, or you want to vote for this prime minister, or this president, whatever, right? Guess what? Your voting, or what you have to say, does not count. It doesn't count at all. What you got, brother? You know, it doesn't count. There's a lot of you think that you have some form of power or democracy, when in fact the democracy doesn't exist. That's the bottom line. Okay? Well, hey, like all societies in the past, okay, it was always feudal. So we live in a feudal system as well. Yet these times. Because if you really had freedoms and your rights, if you had true freedoms, guess what? That means you could drive a car with no badge number on the car. Okay? That means you can do other things that the government does not want to do. But guess what? Your freedoms only are limited to exceed to a certain level. Okay, now they may give you a level, well, his name is Yahweh Shai. It ain't no Jesus. Go on. You got to get that right. See? That's just the thing. That's why you got to come under the men of the Lord, man, and listen. Because when that day comes, you're going to be called on the wrong name, and you're going to still be destroyed. Okay? Jesus.
Isaiah 1:9. Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we would have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
Go on.
Hear the word of the Lord, ye rulers of Sodom. Hear
again, brother.
Hear the word of the Lord, ye rulers of Sodom. Give ear unto the law of our power.
And that's talking about Israel, because their system declared out Sodom and Gomorrah. Meaning they was into Sodom, okay, and just don't even care about what the evils that they do. So the Lord is saying, hearken unto the men. Listen. Like I'm going to say it again, see a lot of yous out here that are walking past, a lot of yous just think with just some old regular, you know, rappers out here, or, you know, black geezers out here that just decided to stand on this corner. No. Like I told you before, you see that guy over there? Okay? That guy, there was a guy over there not too long ago that just dropped. I wonder why he dropped. I wonder why, because that happened the second time, man. He was in Bristol, me and this brother, he was in Bristol. And I turned my head and some old geezer just dropped, man. know what I mean? He probably looked at me or something like that, and had an evil thought, and the Lord dealt with it. Okay, so this is the thing about it, man. At the end of the day, we're not just some regular guys out there. You want to come up against us, any form of fashion, we're going to open those curses up, and we're going to put you to death right there. Or the Lord is going to do it. We're not going to put you to death, the Lord is going to do it. So you got to be careful with your words, man. You know what I'm saying? Go on, bro.
Hear the word of the Lord, ye rulers of Sodom. Give ear unto the law of our power,
Go on.
ye people of Gomorrah.
Yeah, go on.
To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifice unto me, saith the Lord? I am full of burnt offerings of rams,
Right.
and the fat of the fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks, or of the lambs, or of the goats.
Right, that goes into how Israel was sacrificing so many, they were sacrificing goats and lambs, and so much so that the Lord said, you know what, man, I ain't trying to deal with that no more, man. I'm throwing that away. I couldn't bother with that, because you had certain ones of our people that was going to sin, and they actually got a certain lamb and burned the lamb before they even make that sin. That's how wicked our people was, man. So the Lord told us that, you know, we're going to cut that out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it to where I'm going to have my son get on the cross. And whosoever believeth on that son, okay, and I put to the cross, which his name is Yahweh, okay, which is who we believe in firmly, then he'll be saved. Okay, and it worked out perfectly well, because the Lord already knew from day dot the majority wasn't going to believe on Yahweh. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you read a couple of verses when we go back to the other. Because the 2/3 of our own people, they're going to be put together, man. Just say wickedness going out. You know what I mean? Like, we're not out here saying that our people are all righteous, because that's not the case. You got our people, man, a lot of our people full of shit. A lot of our people, they go homosexuals too. Okay, how can they still walking around second pants, talking that nigga talk, selling drugs, killing their own people. So these individuals gotta go, man. These are like what you call it, man? Like, you know, in the world we used to shave, right? Back in the world, we used to get those razors. They're disposable razors. These niggas are like onto disposable razors, man. What you get done with that razor? Just throw it away. They ain't no good. So what you got, bro? Get me let's see something real quick. Get me let's see. I think it's through 12 now. 12 it speaks about the Lord is to bring fire. And the Lord already, let's say, it's about the fire. I'm not going to drop in the yeah, go on.
As Isaiah 66 and 16. For by fire and by the sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
Yeah, and that's how it's going to go down. Go on.
And the slain of the Lord will be many.
But you know, though, brother, I really want you to get that one. That's a good one, too. That needs to be brought out as well. But there's another scripture I want you to bring out. It's 12 and let me see something. It goes into what would the Lord do if he was to kindle a fire, but the fire was already completed? You know what I'm talking about?
Fire.
Right.
Oh, like it.
I think that's in 12 or something. Oh yeah, he get me 12 and 49.
As Luke 12 and 49.
You're going.
For I come to send fire on the earth, and what we write, it be already kindled.
Right. So the Lord said, is that a red letter edition, right? So Yahweh Shai said, I've come to send fire on earth, but what would I if it already be sent? Because as we're going into right now, is the militia groups that are being set up in America because of this election thing going on. Okay, which is going to take place on the 8th. So you have all these militia groups that are being formulated and that are being prepared for the election. So if the election goes a certain way, then they're going to be there to back the American people. Okay, the crowd that disagreed with the Hillary Clinton election. And once that happens, there could be an spark, okay, an outclash amongst the people towards the government. And that's the bottom line. So, you know, but the thing about it is that, keep thinking, brother.
I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled?
Right, the Lord said he was going to kindle a spark of fire. Go on.
But I have a baptism to be baptized with.
That's going into something else. And we are being baptized. We have been baptized by the word. So, what's your take on this, my man?
There's a lot of truth in the Bible. It's truth.
What's that?
There's truth in the Bible. The Old Testament is all the splitting of the tribes. It's amazing.
Right.
Around the planet.
Right. But where you from?
I'm not from
You're from Kent?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Are you familiar with the White Lives Matter group over there?
You know what?
There was a White Lives Matter group down in Kent.
Kent's a very odd place. Yeah, Kent's different from a lot of other places in Britain.
Right.
Celtic. There's all that racist conflict. There's a lot of racism on the coast.
Right. But you know, though, it's racism in certain parts, man. You know, we don't agree. But the thing, what we're teaching them is, it's just the way it is, man. That's how the Lord. Matter of fact, give me Deuteronomy 32 and 8, because the thing about this,
I
right?
think that we've got a modern kind of racism nowadays. Is that after industrialisation, after...
Right. Now, it's racism is racism, man. No matter how you cut it, it's still all the same, man. Racism is racism. It's not racism is still going to be in effect. Right. But what I'm saying, my man, is racism is always going to be there. You know, you're not going to do nothing about it. Because we live in a society. Yeah, racism is already in everybody. It's not going to go away. But what I'm saying is
Why is that?
because it's just how people are. It's just how mankind is. Give me Deuteronomy 32. You want to show me something?
I think America is a particularly racist place.
Okay, fair enough.
Because how it's a modern country, it's how it's laid on the idea of slavery.
Even down here too.
Ownership of other people by another people.
We have the brothers even down here as well. Down here, you have slavery down here too. But I want to go into the point. Absolutely.
To be honest, a lot of the British people are the Quakers, the people from there.
We agree that.
Very much.
That Deuteronomy 32 and 8.
We're going to show you why.
Deuteronomy.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance,
Right, so the Lord divided the nations. Go on.
when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of their he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Right, and that's why you have people, they have their own lands and their own country. Now, the thing about it is the way that we
Who are
follow
the people of Israel?
What's that?
Who are those people of Israel?
It's people on the side, it's all tribes. Now, I want to deal with one thing. We can deal with another thing. Now, I want to say this now. The thing with racism, let's deal with the term racism. Okay, now the word racist means to simply be from your own race. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, for example,
Is there nothing wrong with it?
no, nothing wrong with it. Let's say, for example,
I like the story of the Good Samaritan.
let's say for example, right?
I think there's something
Brazil.
very wrong with being human.
Let's say if I'm Brazil. Let's say I'm from Brazil.
Okay.
And my team is my soccer team is playing whatever against another team. Who am I gonna vote? I'm gonna vote Brazil.
Yeah.
Because they're my people, so I'm gonna vote for them. And the thing about the Bible, okay, the Heavenly Father, matter of fact, read it again. Because there's a part in the Bible where it says something. Go on.
When the Most High divided to the nations
Yeah, he divided to the nations. Go on.
their inheritance,
Yeah.
when he separated the sons of Adam,
Because we all came out of Adam. Go on.
he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
According to the number of the children of Israel. Go on.
For the Lord's portion is his for the Lord's portion is his people.
So even the Lord himself is racist. The supreme power of all is racist. So why would we not be racist?
Why is that racist?
No, he said.
Why is that racist?
No, he said his portion is his people. So the Lord chose the people, okay, other than all of the other nations. For example, if you dive back to the Egyptian Empire, okay, who were the people that got flooded in during the Egyptian Empire? Okay, it was the Egyptians. Okay, and then the Israelites got delivered. All of the Egyptian people got destroyed over there, and the Israelites got saved out of it. Okay, give me 2nd Israel, the 6th chapter, the 54th verse. We're going to show you one more thing too. Because the thing about reality is, right, this world that we're living in, see, we deal with the truth, right? And we know we live in a world where we're trying to make it a PC out of greatness. You know what I mean by that.
I do, yeah. So it's like the flip side of something from the base.
No, it's what I'm saying is this world that we live in is all filled with lies and deceit. You know, you got people walking
I think on
around.
one side of that spectrum you've got racism. On the other side you've got liberalism.
No, but you know what I mean
rise
by
above
that.
them, and you become enlightened to them. You understand the equality of God in everybody, and equal rights.
But you know, that's another thing too. That's another thing I want to say as well. There's no, really, you know, the reality of what's going on, there's no such thing as equality. There never was. For
Why
example,
was there never?
I'm going to
Can't we
explain.
make an experiment and make it happen?
I'm going to explain. For example, in previous times, you had empires. You know where I'm going. That's why you smile.
No, I'm just enjoying listening.
Okay, fair enough.
No, this comes out of it.
No, it's still an empire. It's still an
Well,
empire.
it's still sort of, yeah, there's exactly that goes on here. National boundaries are not true boundaries of government.
Okay, I'm going to say this. Do you believe that people have some form of power in this time in terms of the voting system, things of that nature?
Yeah.
Tiny bit.
Okay, I can agree. I can agree.
Suggestion of it. And if we are operated by the idea that we've got a lot more than
Then you don't. But that's what I'm saying. So even based in this society right now, there's no equality there. I'm gonna be
to speak freely.
right now. Right.
Now, I've got a lot
But you know what?
that is the biggest power.
But you know what? Okay, you're right about that. But you know what? Those rights that we have are temporal. Because look, I'm gonna tell you. Matter of fact, let's read this.
I agree with you, man, but
Let's read this.
I'm temporal, and so are you.
Second Esdras 16 and 54. 6 and 54. And after this, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures,
Came out of Adam. Right. Go on.
of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
But there's the people whom the Lord has chosen, which are these people on the side. Go on.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
So the Lord said He made the world for our sakes. Matter of fact, when we read there's a scripture where it says the Lord has formed. I think it's Isaiah 44. This is the Lord has formed people to Himself.
All this, as for the other people which also come of